behind the shades.
Have you been able to resolve those feelings with your parents and the way that they weren't there for you early on in a way that you needed them to be there for you?
It's a very cool question. You know, through all of my life, no matter how much I hated my parents, I still want my mom. You know, I want her to um, almost like acknowledge that I exist or something. I don't know, like that I'm the child and I crave those relationships, you know, with my parents. But when this hate and this like honestly the I don't know what word I'm looking for, that I don't know, it will come to me, but the hate, pretty much hate, the anger, like you get the picture. And it just settles in my heart. And actually, like it drove me over the years. But I remember the times when I got clean, I was reaching out to her and I never get like respond, any kind of respond, you know, to build relationship. But I never reaching out with forgiveness. I knew that there was unresolved issues and they were always um, kind of like underlined. But when I start writing my book and actually looking back from the new perspective when I was healed and forgiven and loved, and I look back and I had completely different feelings about that. So I reached out and actually rebuilt the relationship with my dad, literally like almost like 6 or 7 months before he passed away. And I told him that I love him and I forgive him. And literally it started because I realized if God loved me and forgive me, who am I not to forgive the people? The people who are hurting you, they are hurting. Because like no people, happy, joyful people gonna do this to other people. So that's what I realized. So I built that with my father when he passed away. And it was kind of beautiful like ending of his story. It was amazing. If you guys ever gonna read my book, it's all there. But with my mom, it was so much harder because I do believe I put so much blame what happened on her. And lately, it's very interesting. Lately, I'm getting her. So when we got the Facebook and stuff, she tried to get friends with me on the Facebook. And I said to my husband, why she's reaching out now? I think I already submit to the fact that we never gonna have relationships. But now she's reaching out and I didn't want her to be my friend on the Facebook. I'm like, no, I think I'm done. I cannot be hurt more by you. But my husband said, well, you say you forgive your parents, you should give chance, and your dad is rebuild relationship because you were open and willing. So I said, okay, I will do it. So I got her, like I befriended her, and sometimes she sent me these notes like, oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, I love how your children look, or something. Or sometimes she says, I love you. And in the beginning, it was like bad tasting, you know, this like, I'm like, you loving me now? Where were you? You know, all these years. But now more and more, I'm kind of like open and I take this without having any emotions, you know. I don't have like per se love, but I don't have hate and I don't have like any questioning and stuff. But there's another level to that too. I was thinking, so I was thinking why I don't give her the same grace that I give it to my dad. Because if I did, I probably could have rebuild relationship with her so much sooner and faster and better. But and that deep hurt already been resolved. So what I expected. And one time, like I heard God saying to me, do you expect her to apologize? And then I thought, you know, through all this our communication that we're building now, not once she said, I'm sorry. So I thought, am I holding up to wait into that apology, to that acknowledgement that I've been hurt? What am I waiting? So, and then I heard God saying again, if she would stay on her knees and say sorry to you, would you forgive her? And I thought, like, "Mm, I don't think so." So he said, so then move on and build that relationship without any expectation. So that was
And
huge breakthrough for me.
I think that is half the battle because we want that apology. In many cases, we need that apology. But then when we're put in a situation to ask ourselves, if the person gives us that apology, will we move on? Is our life magically going to be so much better that's going to be like, okay, everything is done. I forgive you 10 years, 15 years of trauma, whatever. And in many cases, the answer is no. And this is not to say that an apology isn't a good thing, because it is. It's an acknowledgement of your pain and your suffering. But to hold on for as long as many of us will hold on to for that apology, it's sometimes not worth it, because you can say sorry in a way that doesn't involve words. They can do it through their actions. They can say, your children are beautiful. Lena, I'm proud of you. You make me smile. You've done everything that I wish, you've done everything for your children that I wish I could have done for you. You and your husband are a perfect example of what it is to be two beautifully yoked people, better than us. We are living through you. Our legacy is going to continue through you, continue through the children and everything else. You are better than what we were and better than what we are. And I think that type of mindset will always be better than an apology. So, Lena, now that you are, now that you've built your own family, right? And now that you have established the type of person you want to be, when you look back on what you went through, the addiction, the human trafficking, how do you continue forward with your family now, given the type of past and childhood that you had?
Hmm. Well, actually, they are really impressed, how I turn my life around. And that's what my hope too, because honestly, what they see right now, so much more than the words or action or anything, they see this life. But very interesting that today I was sharing my story as a survivor too. And literally, I kid you not, I have like goosebumps thinking about the fact that it's right now, after I've been speaking already for a year openly. So first time I share my story, I cry for 5 hours, and then it's 3 hours, then 1 hour, then it starts getting easier and easier. So that's my advice to you guys too. If you have any trauma, do not hold on to it. You think nobody will understand, but if you find one person to share with, the person who you trust, they will understand and comfort. Or if you have to take action on that as well, there are gonna be people who will love on you and support you. Because literally today I share my story and I felt like I'm telling people about movie I saw. Literally, it had like, I have like goosebumps to think about the fact that I don't even see those gory pictures anymore. I don't have emotional attachment. And I'm not saying that I don't have trauma, guys. I'm still in therapy. I'm still in self development, counseling. I'm still in coaching. I'm learning how to deal with everything. And now I've been I've been working on it for last 20 years too. So don't think like when you just come out, you're gonna be like perfectly fine. Some of this stuff I still gonna work for the rest of my life. But the fact is, more I'm telling about this story, I actually find so much more compassion for myself and my past, for my family, for everybody who's I blame for. I saw they couldn't do anything with whatever they couldn't have. How can I ask my mother for the attention if she's seeking the same. And she was pretty young girl too. So honestly, like, just looking back into the past, and I'm not talking about if you guys still in turmoil, there still need to be healing done to actually feel this way about your past. But definitely be on that way, on that path, because unless you give up and end your life, then you cannot do anything. But if you're still in turmoil or just coming out, just know one day everything gonna change and everything gonna get better little by little. And maybe then your mess gonna become your message, the way it happened to me, because God does not waste anything. You're gonna look and you're gonna understand this has happened because, look, now I can support someone else with this broken heart and lead them. But for now, if you in turmoil, don't think about anyone else. Heal yourself, be there, because I didn't start speaking until I was so solid of who I am, where I'm going with my family, everything kind of like built into me first. And now I'm able to give it to the community without getting any harm or triggers or PTSDs hunting me down. So I'm in the right place in the right time. So that's what I believe.